This is my friend Shane Uriot. He's built a YouTube empire launching faceless gaming channels with a portfolio of over 12 million subscribers. Shane started as a solo creator making gaming videos without a penny to his name. But today, he runs Gravity Studios, a full-scale YouTube production company with 15 employees and strategic partners all over the world. I was given the opportunity to tag along for a day in his life as he geared up to launch his new food channel. We discuss how he got here, the future he's betting on, and what happens if it all goes wrong.
You need to be self-aware enough to know what you can handle. I felt like I kind of had like some imposter syndrome.
Has there been anything that has not gone according to plan?
Oh yeah, oh for sure. It's exponentially more stressful.
Things don't get easier when you add people, they get harder.
You know, if I can get to 20K, then I know that it'll keep going. It's not all fun and games. It's a business at the end of the day. I've sort of wanted to do a channel like this for a really long time, probably since I started YouTube. It was between food and fishing were the two things I wanted to do. And it's cool too, because I finally feel like a creator again.
How long has it been since you've felt that?
A couple years probably.
Wow.
Yeah, it's been a long time. So yeah, do you want to check out the office? Because I kind of have to get there. Cool.
Can you tell me about the first channel you ever launched?
So I started Shane Plays, which was the first one, specializing in machinima gaming style content. And for the first 6 months or so, it was literally just me. And I was doing double uploads a day, not high quality stuff at first, and then quickly realized that like the storytelling and the quality was the thing that I was the best at. So when I first started, I felt like I kind of had like some imposter syndrome. I knew I was good at it, but I didn't know if I was, good enough to do it, on my own. So I would, help other brands and help other creators and launch pretty successful channels with them. Right around COVID, I moved into an office with Reed from Knight.
For quick context, Shane is referring to Reed Ducksher, the founder of Knight Media, which has grown to be one of the biggest talent management companies in the world, representing some of the biggest creators on the platform.
I really got to learn a lot of the business side of things from Reed and watching kind of behind the scenes of like what other creators are doing. He was kind of just like, I don't know why you're not just doing this on your own. And it sort of clicked in my brain and I was like, if I can do this for other people, I can definitely do it for myself.
Do you remember how much money you made in your first year with your first channel?
I remember the first month I made 34 cents.
Let's go.
Yeah, I quit everything that I had and I brought 34 cents in of income. And it was scary, dude. Like I was living back with my parents. I was like 27 years old. The thing is I didn't really have much to lose either and I believed in myself. I think like the first year we ended up making maybe like 60-ish thousand bucks or something, which at the time I was like, oh my God, I'm rich. Like this is incredible.
I've known Shane for a long time as a friend, but this was the first time I've got to see him at work. And it was very impressive.
Well, welcome to the office. This is our little lobby. We don't really do anything with it. We try to keep it low key so people don't know what we do in here. So this is just plain for now.
Just say, get out.
Get out. So this is our bullpen. This is basically where like all of the production happens. We also have teams that work overseas as well, so that we can work 24/7. This is our bracket, do like gaming tournaments. So every day at like 4:50, everybody has to stop working and then we just jam out games. And then we got this cool mural painted, kind of a collaboration of like what we are and like where we're going. Obviously we're in Dallas, but we've got like spatulas and stuff because like we want to move into this like food thing. I'm obsessed with UFOs, so that's just there because I was like, I need a UFO in it. And then this is our plaque wall. Oh, we randomly have another million plaque that hasn't gotten up, and then we have 2 more of these silver ones, and then we have a few more on the way, so.
You just got so many plaques, you're just like collecting dust.
We wanted like extra millions, but the new million plaque is like pretty weak.
I agree, dude.
This isn't.
YouTube, look at the difference.
That's not cool, man.
That's not cool.
You know how anticlimactic this was when we opened it? I felt really bad because Logan, one of our employees, he runs this channel and he's worked really hard over a couple of years. And when we hit the million, it was like 2 weeks after they switched from this. So he opened it up and he's like, what the hell? If you guys want to see the post department as well, this is Cammie and Nick.
Hello.
So Nick's been doing this, you've been here, what, 3 years?
Yeah, just about, yeah.
Yeah.
What are you guys working on?
Oh, right now, Fozo. It's our big Minecraft channel, 100 Days. We're doing Mecha Spider-Man.
And this is Cammie. So Cammie's actually editing the new channel
right
cool.
now.
I'm working on the next video.
This is going to be the story about Frank Pepe's Pizza. They've been around for 100 years this year.
And it's all color-coded because I'm a little insane.
I'm the opposite, where I just remember. So my stuff is just like hey, there's not even in a folder. It's just all over the place.
Oh, you're one of those guys.
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah. I'm a really fast editor though. We've got our 2 recording booths in here.
How often are these used?
Probably pretty much every day. So this is our conference room, pretty much where all the creative decisions come out. You can see we've got some thumbnails sketched. That whiteboard is like the lifeblood of our business.
I've never actually seen like you at work.
Yeah, no.
So it's cool watching you like walk around. Like this is kind of like your thing, man. Sick.
Yeah, so this is my office. I love Dallas Cowboys. Emmett Smith is my dude. Like Michael Jordan, you know. It's basically just like a kid's bedroom in here.
It's just like a kid's bedroom in here, you know?
Yeah.
Drinking Jameson on the weekdays.
That's here for special occasions. Yeah. And then I just like always keep some books that like kind of helped me get to where I am now.
Like, what is it like when you actually get to the point where like, dude, you got this building, you have all these employees?
Yeah, it's exponentially more stressful. And like one piece of advice I'd give to people is like, you need to be self-aware enough to know what you can handle. It's not all fun and games. Like it's cool. I'm obviously grateful and humble and stuff, but it's a business at the end of the day. Business goes up, business goes down. The more you scale, actually, the slower things go and the more things can break.
After the office tour, I got really excited to chat with him about his journey to this point, and he gave some really thoughtful advice on scaling and the potential risks of doing so. Walk me through what it was like when you first started and you're on your own to where you're at now.
Obviously, when I started, it was just me, like we had talked about before, and it was really hard. I just put in the sweat equity, and then finally when I made a little bit of money, the first thing I hired for was the thing that I couldn't do, which was thumbnails. Because I knew that if I didn't have better thumbnails, I could never scale my company. Every time you hire somebody, there needs to be a reason for it. It can't just be because I can. I would much rather build a really good small team than have a really mediocre big team.
If you can create SEAL Team 6, why wouldn't you create SEAL Team 6?
Right.
They're gonna come in, the mission is like accomplished every time. They trust each other, full autonomy. Like that's the dream. Is there any other leadership layer to your company?
Yeah, my COO, John, and my head of post, Kennedy. Then Logan is like our head of creative.
So that's 3 people for 15 employees.
They basically run things day to day while I'm not here.
I run operations here. My day-to-day is a lot of like basically coordinating between Kennedy and Shane, and like what are we trying to accomplish in the long term, figuring out what that means for us this week and making sure those things happen.
I'm the post-production supervisor and I manage all the editors and I QC everything.
You're basically watching every video before it goes out the door.
When Kennedy came on with us, she was an assistant editor. And then within a year, she's running post.
5 months you promoted me.
I run off like my intuition and I just knew she was the right person, so it made a lot of sense.
Has anything, team growth, project launch or otherwise, ever gotten harder before it got easier?
Yeah, like every time. The larger you grow, the more problems you deal with. Things don't get easier when you add people, they get harder. Fortunately, we have great people to handle these problems, but you're always dealing with problems. And when you add people, you're just dealing with more problems.
Yeah, 100%. A lot of creators have approached me and been like, I want 50 employees, 100 employees, whatever. I don't think they understand what the scope of that means, because at that point, you're not a creator anymore, you're a CEO.
Kennedy, like many people at Gravity Studios, and honestly, in the larger creator economy, rise through the ranks because of their proactivity, lack of ego, and willingness to learn from their mistakes while driving the team toward its mission. But it's always nice to have a little extra help in leveling people up outside of their areas of expertise. In the YouTube world, it is critical that everyone on the team have a base level understanding of analytics and how to use data to make informed creative decisions.
As a creator, when you're hiring somebody, you're the only person that can train them on your style, your creative brain, how things work. If you're not taking the time to train people, they're never gonna have the chance to do well. So we do weekly AVD meetings, which I think is really important for all of the genres and the channels that we do. We'll take the video, watch through it, we'll pull the graphs up. 3 things you think we did great, 3 things that you think that we need to improve on. A lot of times when you're sifting through those graphs, you'll find patterns of things that we've done over and over again, good or bad. And it's like, how do you figure out how to stop the habits that are bad and then extrapolate on the things that are good? And so everybody in the company gets to view videos the same way I do.
Where does it go from here?
Now we're moving into where I see YouTube going, which is high quality real life storytelling. Just documentary style, telling stories about people's lives and chefs and how they impact culture and community.
And with that, Shane and his cam op Vince packed up their gear and we headed over to Nick and Sam's Steakhouse to watch Shane tell the story of Chef Samir. At this point, we were one day away from Shane launching his channel, and I was very curious to see how just two guys were going to pull off an entire production. So right now we're standing in the bar area of Nick and Sam's, which is like the premier steakhouse in Dallas, Texas. You've built a portfolio of gaming channels. Why food?
Growing up, all I did was watch Food Network. And like that was a way for me to kind of escape, and like me and my dad used to connect over it, try to make all these dishes and stuff. And culturally, I feel like food kind of binds everybody together. But on the business side of things, we're hitting something I'm passionate about, we're hitting something that's gonna make a lot of money, and we're also hitting something that's gonna be feasible and leans into our skill set. So it's easier for us to kind of be ahead of the game on that curve. You know, it takes about a month to 2 months to be able to get into the next place. So we have a huge pipeline of places that we've already reached out to that we're trying to figure out all the logistics while we have this runway going.
In gaming, the turnaround was quick, but in food and documentary style content, every project takes longer, costs more, and requires a ton more planning. For Shane, it's a total shift in workflow and a real test of whether his team can evolve with him.
This place is really special to me because I never thought I'd ever be able to afford to eat in a restaurant like this. Like being able to come back to a place that I dreamed of eating at and then get to eat at, and now I get to film with their chef, that means a lot to me.
What are like some dream restaurants for you?
Sounds stupid. I want to film a video with Guy Fieri.
I don't think
That's
stupid
it,
at all.
dude. I want to go to Flavortown.
Guy, where are you at, dude?
Yeah, that would probably be like the pinnacle of my career.
What are the parallels between gaming channels and IRL channels?
Standard practices of what makes a good YouTube video are pretty much across the board. Just make a good quality video. I know it's like probably really annoying advice.
Just make better videos, guys. Make a good quality video might not be the advice you want to hear on how to grow your channel, but the only way to learn is to get your reps in. So you just got to do the thing. And Shane has done the thing. He actually knows what a bad food video is from a previous attempt launching a similar channel called Melts, which was ultimately a failure. However, from that failure, Shane studied the data from the 12 long-form videos and 37 shorts he posted, and he refined his strategy over 6 months before coming back to revisit this type of content. What is the goal for today?
Oh, the goal is to just show off, the story of the chef Samir here and everything that he's gone through to build this amazing thing.
And then we got this guy. What are you most excited about today?
Oh, honestly, I'm a big history guy. I love learning about someone's background. I feel like I connect well with people, and I'm really excited to hear Chef Samir's story and how he came to be one of the most respected chefs in Dallas.
After the shoot with Chef Samir, Shane took me to a private whiskey club that he's a member of to unwind and talk about how the day went. During this conversation, he shared what he thinks success will look like on his new channel, and he got a little vulnerable about what it means to him to finally have a brand with his face and real name attached to it. There's not much reputational damage if a faceless Roblox channel fails, but it is a lot scarier when the brand is you. So with the pivot to the Shane channel, what is it called?
It's gonna be my name, Shane Uriot.
Okay.
We thought we were gonna call it Shane Eats, but Shane Eats to me sounds like a food review show, right? It sounds like a guy that's going out and trying stuff. It's not what these videos are, right? They're closer to who I am as a person, and I just felt like I could build a brand easier around just me being me, and it would make so much more sense to the audience than me trying to like come up with another thing, because this isn't a channel that I'm gonna scale away from me. This is something that I'm committing to doing for a really long time. So if I'm under some sort of pseudonym or whatever, it's not gonna feel as authentic as if it's just, hey, this is who I am.
When you're looking at success, you mentioned the first week you kind of write it off as a wash. Like, all right, we're growing. What does success look like to you in the first, let's call it week, and then month, and then,
Yeah, success for me in the first week is really like, is the video metrics looking good? Ideally, like long term, I'd like to see each one hit about 500,000 to 1 million views. That's like really where we want it to go. Reasonable number for the first month, I'd say like 20K.
Sure.
If I can get to 20K, then I know that it will keep going. I just don't want to see it stop.
Has there been anything so far that has not gone according to plan based on your kind of initial calculations?
Oh yeah, oh for sure. I mean, we fail when we try to launch channels all the time.
Yeah,
you know,
great. What would you
important.
say? And I love that you're like open about that, because I think a lot of people like really should understand that like failure is a part of this. We talked about it earlier, like fail fast, fail forward. But like, I want to know what your most spectacular fail was.
Probably some of the first Minecraft channels that we did. You know, we thought that we could jump on that bandwagon, and I didn't even know how to load the game when we launched a Minecraft channel.
You're like, but I'm seeing all these kids get rich. I want in, dude.
So I had to figure it out. We thought that we could really hit this thing hard, and we sucked. Like, it did not do that good. We were seeing at the time like lower quality stuff that was doing well, and we don't have that personality that can make that stuff work, because it's not one person, it's a team of people. But it's like, if something doesn't work, don't make major swings. Just try to fix the few things that you think aren't working, and then build up from there. When you start shifting from here to here, you're screwing up your data points. You're not gonna have the analysis to look at and be like, okay, here's like my case study, because you've added so many variables into it that it's not gonna make any sense to you.
Totally. I tell people to get scientific with it. Like, if you're doing science experiments and you're running new tests, you change one variable at a time. If you change more than one, then you don't know what you're looking at. And I think a lot of people would be like, all right, full change. And you're like, okay, well, what are you even looking at now? It's like a whole different thing. Shane's been at this for a long time, but his story is still unfolding. And in a lot of ways, it's still just beginning. He's slowly and thoughtfully scaled a company with dedicated employees who are mission aligned. And if his food channel takes off and truly competes with the food networks of the world, it shows that you don't need a massive production team or big investments to make TV quality documentaries. You just need passion, clear vision, and a motivated team who can take what they've learned in the past and pivot into uncharted territory. The last time we talked to you, you were filming the second video for the new channel, and you were just about to launch. How's it been going?
It's been going better than expected, which is really cool. The video right now is at 159,000 views, and it's doing about 7,000 to 8,000 views per hour right now. So it's going super viral. So it basically worked exactly how I told you it was gonna work.
How does this one kind of like compare to some of the past channels?
Something that Shane's been really diligent about as he's been making these videos is like, you need to know your audience. You're making something different for this audience. So, you know, you're gaming, you're maybe going a little faster. These stuff, you're slowing it down, you know, trying to build more of that slower pace rhythm that is keeping the attention of someone your age. So you're just trying to be really diligent about, yeah, you're old, dude.
Yeah. I am. All right, so to take us out of here, tell me in one sentence something that you wish you would have known sooner about this industry.
I wish that I knew the opportunities sooner, because I've learned a lot. And I wish that, like, not so much going through the things that make you kind of get to where you're at, because I'm a firm believer in like making those mistakes. Also, that wasn't one sentence, so I just ruined everything.
But yeah, one page, one book.
Leave it.
We're breaking the rules, like we said.
I would just say I wish that I knew what I know. I wish I would have known what I know now sooner.
I wish that I knew you could keep your creative passion and be a leader.
Gosh,
That one was really good.
yeah, do you even need... I'm coming up blank, I'll be honest. I've learned so much, and I've learned it all at a great pace. Obviously, you make little mistakes here and there, but overall, there's nothing I would go back and tell myself if I could, because you just need to learn it at your own pace.
Yeah, and that's great. I wasn't gonna answer this, but I've been thinking about it as you guys have been talking. One thing I wish I would have known earlier is that the people doing it don't know that much more than you. I think for a lot of people, they look at like, oh, well, I could never get involved. Like, that's so crazy that they're doing that. And they have all these misconceptions of like what it means to be a content creator, to jump in, right? But you just have to walk through the threshold. You know, it could be sitting there in front of your computer playing a video game. It could be editing a vlog. It could be whatever. But like most people, like by a large margin, are just figuring this out as they go, you know? And I think that if I would have known that earlier, I would have jumped in sooner for sure.
Yeah.
That's a good point. I mean, if you want to do YouTube, start.
I am so excited to support Shane's new channel, and I hope you do the same. Click the link in the description to subscribe to the Shane Uriot channel, subscribe to my channel, and hit that notification bell so you never miss an update, and I will talk to you next time.